So one thing I love about fantasy is it's always you can do something different. Different settings, different, it's like, hey, are we going to do there's only one dragon in the world, there's a bunch of dragons in the world. Is this set like on the high seas, mountains, blah blah blah? What if we do a bunch of cavemen? Let's talk about Tor. I only own this one, but man, it's my first Joe Kubert comic and it won't be my last, but yeah. Oh, you can tell when I don't know how to end this. So I was lucky enough to find this out because of the YouTube channel Thomas Petty, I believe. Petty. He's a working cartoonist and a great channel. And luckily too, he dropped that video right before Heroes Con, and Heroes aren't hard to find. Had one of these, so I snagged this up. So Tour, this is like I said, this is my first like Joe Kubert comic, which is a shame. I definitely need more. But also, what's interesting is this was his own creator-owned work. He created this like in the golden age when he was a young 20-year-old, and kept it going. This is the last volume, but this is the one I have because this is the '90s art, which I would trade a lot of art. I would trade a lot of books for more of this because this is just pure fun comics. Um, Before we get into it, just a quick little plug. Read my comic, Bang the Battle of the Tiger, Kung Fu inspired fantasy, all at joshgreathouse.com. You can read the first 16 chapters. So 24 pages in a chapter. Hey, no strings attached. So let's get into tour. Joe Q, and this was one. So I got asked recently, like, hey, as a working art, what do you do? Do you like read for enjoyment? I read for enjoyment, but also if I see something, I'll take a photo. I swear I took a photo of like every panel in this. So DC tour, which was kind of crazy, is like this looks very much like Silver Age kind of. The coloring's a little bit more advanced, especially with the gradation, but a lot of Silver Age. Yeah. But then it's like as this book goes on, it doesn't feel like it feels like this wonderful. I don't know. It's like it's Kubert, but it's Kubert in the '90s. It's a weird. You'll kind of see it's a gumbo of flavors. It's definitely like this is a legend. He's been working for a long time, and it shows. So this isn't historically accurate. It's cavemen and dinosaurs. And what's also interesting too, it's like because this was how it used to look, and this is so like this is modern drawings, golden age style though, especially like the young, proper haircuts on the lads. It's like yes, we're in ancient times, but we still look good for the nuclear family. But even like that is such a bold this is one of the things I love about comics. It's moments like this because it's like you can use this as a framing device for him, the kids, like just perfect. And once again, like, and I need to use this for myself. It's like, yeah, I could spend forever with complex backgrounds, or uh, basically, Tor here gets his butt beaten, and it's his father has to show him how to fight. And the old man saying, I should have shown him for a while ago, the way of hunting. Are these complex plots? No. But do we read this for the plots? No. You read this for like the paneling, the art, the story, like the storytelling too. Also, the colorists on this like knew the assignment because man, such a brilliant way to do underwater just by like cool blues, like a little bit of color for like the meat and the horns. So this was an older comic, like this was an older one. Now we're getting into like the modern tour, and this was a wraparound cover. But man, just this was the moment I was like, I need this book because just like the weight of the body, these figures, even like this, like, and the carvings here, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I want to know. This is definitely taken from the spirit that levels, but man, it works so well. And what's interesting too is because I mean Joe Kubert, legend. I'm used to people who love the grid. It's interesting. It's like he abandons the grid, but he knows his craft so well that you never are confused how to read it. Tour's basically hiding up here in the volcanoes from a group of people who we will meet later. And like I said, especially this was pre-digital, and it's interesting because there's like certain color choices that you have to make. And what's also interesting about our boy Tour here, he's not a hero because it's not like he's hiding from this group. He's like, who are these? And we got these like mutant lizard people, like lizard cave people, and man. So they're doing the whole sacrifice a virgin in the mountain, into the volcano. And it's interesting because it's like these lumbering creatures with such weight. And it's like, this part of me, I need to try this at some point because I love the way this is done with shadows, but I always kind of chicken out on it. So they throw the young lady and go off because, she's in the volcano. Tour looks down and sees that she's still there, like she stuck in between some rocks. Tour saves her. Yay! um, but like I said, it's the paneling and the art. Because what's interesting is it definitely is a Western style, especially with the thicker blacks, but it feels European. Like it feels a hybrid of like a lot of things. And man, the paneling here, like you never are confused where to look next. And like I said, the other thing I like is so they're out here waiting, realizing something's up. And yeah, they go after Tor. And it's just like the character designs, the motions, the paneling, and the coloring. Because, and you got the ash falling that's kind of snowish. Like, he's basically, like you say, the plan was just to hide. I'm curious. I forget. Joe was a little bit older when this came out. It's interesting because it's like he wanted the characters like, oh yeah, they're cavemen, they should be naked, but it's still DC. This was such a great moment too, especially like this creepy to this guy here, dumb tied. And what's interesting too, it's like one, the close like slowly zooming in, just a brilliant moment, but just showing how he is just tied down. And they're dancing around him, and basically it's like, hey, they upset the gods by not having the sacrifice. And what's interesting is they're like, oh, it's evil, it's evil. Look at the spawn that was born. It has more human traits. Like, oh, what a brilliant way. Like, what a brilliant commentary. And just the way, especially like this being the first introduction where it's like the hero's tied up, like the main character's tied up and just can't do a thing. Once again, brilliant, I'm going to say 1,000 times brilliant paneling, brilliant blacks. I swear that's Sylvester Stallone. So we go back to Tour's childhood here, him remembering a simpler time with, another volcano erupting. Also, I also love this about dinosaurs. You can tell when something was like created or like when people learn when to draw dinosaurs by how they depict it. Now it's like, oh, there should be more feathers. But even then, just like the head shape and how it's like positioned. So yeah, our boy Tour is learning how to hunt. What you find out is this is the group he's hiding from. And I love this sense of like Kubert's great with this. Like one, how do you show like caveman planning? But two, the sense of scale. Like the world feels bigger than them. And I think that's something that's important where, if you're doing something like in a modern story, the world should maybe feel smaller. And that's the thing with like fantasy, even like sci-fi, it's like, new worlds, like it should feel larger than the characters. And what's great is too, like I said, you got this scale, but then you get these great emotion and acting. And kind of this I love too. It's such a little thing, but I love seeing how artists depict like other like this is art in this world. So it's like, oh, it's such a fun thing. So the shaman's talking about like the olden times. And it's kind of interesting because these go into like this feels like a backup story, which is not a bad one. And it's like if you're going to do a backup story, this is kind of the way to do it because it fills in the world, and it's all done silently, and it's basically like the food chain. Which the other thing I love about like this tour compared to the unclean lad tour here, it's like the giant hair. Like this feels like a Neanderthal, like someone who it's like yeah he doesn't shave, he doesn't cut his hair. Tour conquer, the beast gets the meat and shows the bugs return and eating him. Double page spread, these are always such a great moment. And this is a cover, like such a bold choice. And basically a recap, which, man, double page, like, let me get my words here. Great action, great paneling, not the same art. And just like you can even tell just by looking here, especially like this is a great way to show a flashback, showing our character like, man, just you could use this in like any fantasy, like Mordor. This feels like Mordor in so many ways. The elder talking about like the cold, the past, the colden days, just the temperature control, like great lighting. Oh, I mean, great lighting. I need to put this on the NMC like most wanted books because I want them to reprint this. This would be a great collection. Once again, scale. Like, look how small they are, and they're hunting these buffalo. Which basically, Tor and his father's got plans. These like Neanderthal. He doesn't say it, but it feels definitely like Neanderthals have a different plan, and they're a little bit more gluttonous. But they take out Tor and his father. This new guy's taking over the tribe. It's 100% like Lion King, just with more decapitation. So Tor's hiding under all these dead bison, and this is interesting because technically this is the start. It's him then hiding up in the volcano, which leads to this moment here, him tied to this. And they're basically like it's interesting because it's like they're not humans, but they interact in a way that it's like yeah people like this, like they use religion so well done. We're going to sacrifice to a god and just like the dancing, I mean the level of acting here, whew. So they're sacrificing them to a different god, the devil basically. And the challenge is like, can you defeat this creature? And what a wonderful, like, granted, they kind of showed off at the cover, which, yeah, I kind of wish Joe hit it a little bit, but it is what it is. But such a great character design. Also, just the posing, the level, like, whoo, whoo, whoo. And this close up on the face, like, was just brilliant. So, I feel like I'm the only one. I always hated with these whole like, oh, just turn the book. It always takes me out of the reading experience. That said, though, man, brilliant art, especially getting this the horizontal panel. Like I love the horizontal panel. In some ways, I wish the comic strip still like existed. Tor fighting a dinosaur. This like this cover wasn't bad. It's just like not as it kind of like each cover feels a little less impactful. So we're back down here in this great way to do the titling. So Tor's fighting these, kills the youngin, and it like a brutal way to kill a youngin in front of a mother. And you get to see that little bit of emotion. So Tor, the babies attack. Tor kills the babies. Problem is, that was Mama. Here comes Dad. Oh, great moment, great scale. Like, whew. And once again, like, one, this layout, not easy to do. Like, you can tell I'm master because a lot of people fumble at this. So what's interesting is like you come here, you go down here, it's like, ooh, look at this art. The problem is you kind of want to go here, but the captions force you here, which forces you here, which forces you here. Boom, 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 boom. Like most people would have fumbled this. I would not like this is a lot, and it's amazing what he can do. That's the thing with Kubert, like brilliant pacing, paneling, and storytelling. It's easy to talk about the full blockiness. Like there's a certain speed to his rendering, but man, the storytelling is what I love the most. So our boy Tor takes down this thing, but the problem is, what's he going to do with the people up top? He's only got so many things he can do. He's got some tools though. Great. Ooh, I love compositions like this. I never use them enough, but like, whew. And then like, oh, so much fun showing them again. And it's interesting because this guy is like, he mocks this woman, but he's definitely taking a liking to her. So what comes out of the pit? The creature lives. And it's basically like it's Tor wearing the skin, which the guy recognized. Tor throws him over, and I need to steal this. Just a brilliant use. Basically, it's like, oh, give us a woman or else I'll attack. They agree. They feel tricked. Yada yada. Tor and the woman go on their way. Problem is, Tor returns home, but home's not the same. You got this jerk, and this gets dark because dude takes over, including his mom. And like I say, this goes to like, woo! I am shocked, DC. Like, I think only Joe Kubert could get away with some of this stuff. It's like, wow. So once again, I think this was for the newspaper strip, if memory serves right. Just what are you gonna say? Brilliant, like brilliant, perfectly art. If you want some great dinosaurs, tour. This, and I shouldn't say this. Like none of these covers are quote unquote bad, but that first one, it's like, whoo. So basically, this is it's interesting because Tor's using guerrilla tactics to take down like this guy's army. Hey, we actually got a nipple. Huh, forgot about that. But yeah, he like the over and over he kind of uses her as bait. She's in on it, and then it's like Tor attacks, and it's interesting because it's like, how do you do this as a caveman? How do you resources are limited, and that's kind of the fun about comics, especially with this one with Kubert. He's been working with this character so long. It's like, all right, how do we solve this issue? And yeah, there's his mom, and it's basically like, we know who you are. Come out, or else we'll kill your mom. The woman screams and gasps, and like, talk about a page layout. Because Tor, like, we know Tor. Actually, we don't know where Tor is yet. So it's like you got this open space. Like it's a brilliant plan. It's like, hey, if you don't come out, I will kill your mom. And he's completely open. Like you can see Tor coming from a mile away. And Tor basically has to hide. And he then determines, like, it's his mom. He can't. Yeah, can't do it. Kills her anyway. Because, the villain. Tor attacks. And just great. Especially great action sequence. Like, and I do this with Bang a lot. Keep the camera still. Like, actually, one of my favorite pages. Hey, if I can show off. There it is. But it's like, keep the camera still, have the action play out. Works brilliantly each time. And yeah, that is Tour. There's a little bit more. He fights the dude, but kind of goes how you think. I I'm upset we didn't get more of this. Oh yeah. Um. So can you count this fantasy? I mean, I guess there was the like blind monster. Oh wait a minute, giant elder worm. Why does that come out? I don't know. But this thing is like terrifying. And like, yeah, Tor sends it back. Mom's dead. Tor's now in charge of the tribe. He leaves the woman. This is an interesting thing with this character, and this is why I wish we got more of this. She's not built for the outside world. She's kind of delicate. He says that quite often. He can't live with them because what how they like betrayed the father and what they did to his mom. So he's like, I won't hurt you, but I'm not leading you. Which leads into the sketchbook area. And man, another like I wish we got more because just like the planning, and it's interesting seeing his layouts compared to his finish. Like even like this is something this is something all artists do, but not all artists show off. Because like so I can show this one off. So this is how I do like with Bang. I got like pages of this. The other one's kind of a spoiler on the other side, but this was me trying to figure out more how to do the ergs like body shape. And like I said, this is the kind of thing artists like huge for artists. It's figuring out the planning. Usually you don't get to see that kind of stuff. Same thing with this, like, hey, how does this creature design work? Love seeing these. I could take a whole book of just these layouts, showing studies like at museums and such. Okay, so this was Inside the Fire. These were original tours. Yeah, it's like I don't know much about tour. Ugh, like I said, I wish we got more of this series. I need to check out Volume 2. Volume 1, that like Golden Age style is a little much. Like, eh. But yeah, this was especially. Whoo! If you watch the Brian Selfridge video, I talked about it there, but black, white, gray, and man, look at like, it's gonna be an amazing poster. Like I said, I would love more adventures with Tor. Unfortunately, we own this is all we got, which man, still. Honestly, the other thing is, I know this is like Kubert's choice on cover. I don't think it's the best use because like even like this, of course I can't get like this art doesn't get conveyed here. It's just a personal thing, but man. So yeah, if you can find this Joe Kubert, DC Library Volume 3, highly recommend. And whew, hope you all enjoy.